is Nivi, and I run an organization called Elimu. Elimu in Swahili means education, and basically what we do is we take the Kenyan curriculum, the content for it, for primary school students, and we load them up on 7-inch tablets. This particular one was given to me by John from Samsung. But rather than just put it in as an ebook or a textbook or a PDF file, we add videos and animations and games and quizzes and songs and music and make the learning process a little bit more fun and interactive and engaging for students. So we've started very recently. We've done a few pilot programs. From the very beginning, our goal was to, I guess, make sure, like put a prototype together, have a rough idea of what we wanted to do, but constantly focus on the learning outcomes and not just have it be another instance of technology for the sake of technology. So we were looking for improved test scores, and we saw a phenomenal result. One of the pilot schools we're working with in Kawangware, these kids are paying about $5 to $10 a month to go to school, and a lot of them are there just so they can have one meal a day. Their school, after 4 months of using this, came out top in their district. Like all of them had A's and B's and a handful of C's. And so that was really promising, good results. Because the prototype and this pilot was so small, something like that is anecdotal evidence at best. We didn't have the kind of numbers to say that it's statistically significant, but it was promising enough for us to say, let's take this prototype and turn it into something that we can scale. The other learning outcome that we're looking at is beyond what's in the curriculum. The curriculum in Kenya hasn't been revamped since 1968. So in our social studies textbook, there's forms of communication, and I think the telegraph is still one of those. I've never sent a telegraph before in my life. I don't even know what it is. So beyond what's in the curriculum, we said, look, there's a gap. We've got this captive audience, we're reaching students, let's teach them more. And so we've got extended learning, and that's all focused on responsible citizenship. And that is content on environmental conservation, human rights, civic rights, social justice. We've developed our own curriculum on personal financial literacy, so how to take care of your money, sanitation, hygiene, healthcare, nutrition, sexual abuse, all of that. So another learning outcome that we're looking at is improved social and environmental consciousness. That one has been hard to measure. So again, we've got like anecdotal case study evidence more than real hard data about that. The third learning outcome that we're looking at is improved cognitive thinking. So in general, I guess there's like, different layers of like how we learn. And the first level is just very basic rote memorization, and that's pretty much across the board in Kenya, especially in public schools. They're underfunded, they're understaffed, they rarely get beyond that rote memorization stage of learning. So we want to take them from memorization to like really understanding something, evaluating an idea or grasping a concept well, and then creating something. So don't only memorize the conditions necessary for a seed to fertilize, but actually, try it out in a petri dish, but then go out and create something. Build a garden in your backyard, in your school, in your community spaces. And then the fourth learning outcome that we weren't really looking for, but noticed within 3 minutes of showing up, was IT literacy, just how quickly children were able to adopt the new technologies, how quickly their typing speeds like shot through the roof. And I guess one of the first mistakes we made was we trained teachers and the students all in the same room, assuming that their learning paths would be similar. But that was a mistake, because a few weeks down the line, the teachers didn't want to use them anymore around the kids because they were being shown up by the students. So, but we figured out that it's just a matter of the right timing and introduction. But yeah, IT literacy has been good too. So right now we're only focused on upper primary students, but we're stabilizing the platform right now. So the content shouldn't be a big deal. We can add content for lower primary, secondary, and then we've got a franchise model. So if you've got students in Namibia, you can put the Namibian curriculum there, but have Namibian teachers add that curriculum. the entire ILIMO was focused on keeping it local. So it's a local solution for a local problem. Is your hand getting tired? Am I talking to you?
No.
And so, you know, the entire curriculum, we're not using examples of donuts or dollars and dimes and nickels. They're examples about mandazis and shillings. And if you're learning about fractions, then let's think of a chapati and how we're going to divide this up. And so, or Pythagoras theorem, we're using not the Empire State Building, but the KICC building. And so even with our franchise model, we always do want, you know, teachers on the ground to incorporate local lessons and, I guess, more contextualized and relevant learning methodologies. So that's
I thought you were going to say Pythagoras theory, you used samosa.
Pardon?
You said chapati. I thought you were going to use samosa for Pythagoras theory.
Yeah.